in southern Tasmania. A wee bit early this morning. I've got a couple of housekeeping things to do. Just wanted to check that my Facebook is up and running and everything is fine. Yeah, let's have a look there. Oh, yeah, the volume looks all right. Could have done my hair a bit better at the back there. That's all right. You guys don't notice that. Okay. I think my screen's a little bit dirty there. Anyway, okay, so welcome to the craft room. A couple of things that I wanted to show you before we started crafting today, which is why I've jumped on a few minutes early, so that if anyone wants to see it, they can see it in the replay or whatever. Most exciting news at the moment is that we have the new annual catalogue in my hands at the moment. I can only show you the front cover because obviously it hasn't gone live to customers yet, but if you have bought from me in the last 12 months, as I mentioned previously, you will get your copy automatically. If you haven't been a customer in the last 12 months, please reach out. If you don't have an active demonstrator and you live in Australia, I'm sure we can arrange to get a copy to you. So that's that thing there. I'm currently in the middle of cutting my latest Funfold class. My VIP club is 28 members, so most of those are in there for you guys. But if you would like to get involved in the Funfold class, please reach out as well. Again, Australian customers and the VIP club saves you quite a bit of money on your monthly classes if you decide you like to do them on an ongoing basis. I'll just show you the cards for those. The third one's just dropped on the floor. So here's the cards for this class. We've got a nice little Z fold there. Little tricky technique in the back of that one. So that'll be on the video. So keep an eye on that one. There's a cute little tea bag gift card holder there. That is really nice. It's just so simple. It's more origami than card making, but it's really nice and simple. So that one there. If you're in the VIP club, you'll find yourself a little surprise in your packet as well. This is a present from me. And the last one here is just a little window card there using one of the nice foiled paper from the online exclusive. So yeah, that's the three cards. If you haven't seen my VIP classes before, I provide you everything you need to make those three projects, except for adhesives and sentiments. So you have to stamp your own sentiments and have your own glue, etc. But everything else you need will be in the pack to make those three projects. Now, a really exciting thing I wanted to show you is this. This here is arrived in the post yesterday. I've got two of them, so they stack next to each other. Well, not up, but sideways. This is my 6x6 paper storage unit from Jan and Phil at Crafty Bits and Bobs. Lovely white smooth design there, fits perfectly in my, as you can see behind me, my Bunnings cube or your IKEA cube, whichever you use. The two of them sit side by side just beautifully in one of those. And finally, my 6x6 paper has got a proper home. It's not a little bit very organised at the moment. I just dumped it all in. But eventually, when we get new paper from the new catalogue, I'm going to pop some labels on there so I know what's actually in there. So yeah, if you like the look of that and your 6x6 paper is all messy like mine, reach out and I'm sure Jan at Crafty Bits and Bobs can help you out. I'll put that back up a bit. I might actually pop that back up now because it's going to form issues. So as I said, you can see, just pop it in there next to my other one and it fits like a dream. Anyway, there we are. I knew I wanted to go live in the craft room today for a reason. One more thing. Actually, I might click down for this so that you guys can see what I'm showing you. Here we are. This is my current product class. My current, and there's multiple versions of everything here. My current product class, we'll call it, which is the Ready to Ride Designer Series paper class. Now, this paper has become has gone on special from today. So it's reduced by, I don't know, 40% or something. So I've reduced the price of that class accordingly. I've reduced the price of the class down to $30. So for $30, you'll get a whole packet of the paper and the kits to make 6 cards, so 2 each of these. So the ribbon, the bling, oh, I better buy some more ribbon, the foil, embossed foil, all those sorts of things. You do have to use, obviously, the paper in the pack to complete the cards, but you will get everything you need to make the 6 cards. So as I say, that's been reduced to $30 due to the fact that that paper has gone on sale. But if you're interested in doing that one, please don't delay, because now it's 40% off. It's not going to last and it's not going to come back. And the Love Cats class, the Love Cat stamp set is still the same price, so that's still available, but at the same price. So head over to my Facebook page if you're interested in doing either of those classes. But as I said, there was stocks last, and that paper especially will go soon. 6x7 can also stand the other way with, oh, okay, cool. You can stand the other way. Yeah, I suppose it could too. Yeah. Anyway, that's all cool. I might try it the other way. Okay, so today we're going to be using, I'm calling this my, what are we calling it? My retiring favourites. So I'm basically just, for the little bit of a series, well, 2 so far, but I don't know if that counts as a series, but I'm going to go through some of my favourite retiring stamp sets and bundles, and basically, especially if they're coming up on sale, which the current ones, a lot of them actually are. And today they are definitely coming up on sale. You can see they are well loved. We're going to be using the Peaceful Moments stamp set with the wonderful sentiments, and we're going to be using the painted poppies as well. So both of them have been around for a fair few years now, probably at least 2, maybe 3. I will keep mine. I would never part with them. I think they're just so cute, so good. It's just, I love these poppies, and these sentiments, as you guys know, I use all the time. So anyway, but they, with their what's the word? Their associated die sets are on special from today while stocks last. So if you have been watching me use these over the years and think you'd like to get your hands on them, please don't delay. They will go quickly. Also coming on sale at the moment is our, and I'm going to miss this one like mad, the stitched rectangle, or the rectangle stitched dies. So there's a whole series of those. As you know, you've seen me use them over the years. They are retiring and therefore going on sale as well, so watch for that. And another hit to me is that the layering circles are also retiring and on sale, so good for you, because you'll be able to grab yours. Now I may continue using the circles and the rectangles because they are a pretty important part of my card making. And if you haven't got the Stampin' Up ones, you can always grab them from another supplier. I'm sure you could get them from Craft Online or something like that. So, you know, you can get a stitched rectangle or a round circle or something like that. Now, everyone says, oh, if you can't sell it, don't bother showing it. But for something as fundamental as circles and rectangles, I think I probably need to keep using them, you know, because there goes half my repertoire if I don't do that. So, yeah, if you haven't got them, and once they retire, you can always pick these things up. There's, you know, and we're not pretending that there's only one craft provider on the planet. So anyway, today we're also using the opaque adhesive back to gems. There's only one awesome, the best, but there are other places as well you can get this stuff. Okay, so opaque adhesive back gems. These are also on special from today, and it's a fairly awesome special from memory. Yeah, these are 50% off. So if you've seen me use these and you think you really, 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 really like them, yeah, they're 50% off. So you can get that whole pack for $7. And everything, when I talk about dollars today, it's always Australian dollars, because that's where I am. Okay, all right, let's go stamping, and I'll show you what I have made. I wasn't going to go too crazy or out of control today. I just wanted the stamps to show themselves, you know, without me being too clever as well. So I thought basically just kept it pretty simple, and just so you can see those stamps at their best. So we'll start with this one, beautiful real red, thankfully a colour that we're keeping ongoing, and my black, obviously we're keeping that going as well. And the red is real red ink, of course, and the green is garden green, also continuing a colour. Okay, so I've got my normal real red card base here, 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've got a panel of black. I'm going to be a bit exorbitant today because, you know, we're celebrating saying goodbye to some of our favourites, so we deserve a little bit of extra special love. I'm going to pop one panel of black on the inside this time. So yes, I know what I'm doing. I'm putting a panel on the inside. So this panel, and I can't remember what it is. I think it's 3 1/2. 3 1/2. Yeah, 3 1/2 by 4 7/8. So it's quite a big border around that from our red. And then I've got a layer of white, which is just smaller. So this would be 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Something like that. 3 3/4. No, 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. Yep, 3/8, not 3/4. Anyway, I'll pop the dimensions up when I pop the video up later. Okay, so that's the inside. I'm going to bring in a sentiment, obviously, to pop in there as well, but I just thought I'd get them out of the way. Give my card a bit of a burnish. And then we can just get rid of the card base, and I'll bring in the other panels. So we've got a black panel that's obviously going to go on the outside of the card, and we've got our white panel which we're going to do our stamping with. So this is the fun bit. Okay, so I'm using the big flower from the Poppy stamp set and painted poppies. Thankfully, Stampin' Up! Now have decided that they're going to call their dies and their stamps the same things. So it really this is probably my favourite stamp set, but it was the most confusing. Okay, so the stamp set was Painted Poppies and Peaceful Moments, but the dies were Poppy Moments and Painted Labels. Okay, so Poppy Moments, which one was that we're going to go with? And I don't think it was as intuitive as you thought, because when I look at it, let's have a look what that one is. Okay, so that Poppy Moments went with Peaceful Moments, so the moments went together, and the Painted Labels went with the Painted Poppies. Okay, but that sounds easy now, but it was always really confusing to me. From now on, they're going to be called the same thing. Thank heavens. Okay, so we're going to, I'll just pop that one there so I can follow my original. I'm going to pop the flower on first. Make sure you've got some paper or something underneath you, because we are going to stamp off the edge. So I'm just going to stamp the poppy up the sort of edge. Rotate it a wee bit. Always rotate. Well, I always rotate my flowers. What are they? Stamps. Because you never know. You don't want them to look samey. You know what I mean? You want them to look a wee bit like they're not the same thing. She says not doing her actual taking her own advice. We'll rotate that one. Okay, so just the three red, well, not red yet, but the three outlines of the poppies up the side there. Then I'm going to bring in one of the leaves from the set. Just going to use this one here. And honestly, this card is just pretty simple, although I did, where's my, I did have several attempts which went terribly wrong. So if anyone, when someone said to me once, oh, you make it look so easy, first time every time, and I said, no. I have more than my share of disasters on the craft room floor behind me, and this was no exception. So I have made cards with this particular stamp set before where I've masked them. In fact, if you have a look in my stamp set, I've got all my masks here where I've actually masked them in the past. I'm not going to bother this time because I say this is just going to be a nice simple stamped card. Okay, so that's all the stamping I'm going to do with my black. So jump on, as you jump on, let me know where you're watching from, and if this is your first time, please let me know as well what the weather is like where you are watching from. Seems to be our favourite topic of conversation as Australians. We tend to like to talk to each other about the weather. But anyway, let me know where you're from and what it's like today. We've actually got a nice sunny day so far, touch wood. Hopefully it stays that way and I can get out into the garden. I've got garlic to plant, so some nice seed garlic that I'm going to pop into a prepared garden bed. So hopefully we'll have some garlic. Now this stamp here is the colour infill stamp. It's not exact, it's more of an, I'll show you here, you'll see, it's more of a hint of colour rather than an actual colour. If you want them to be like perfectly coloured in, you could also always bring in your blends or your markers or your pencils or something. But this is so much quicker, but as I say, it's a more of an approximate colour than an exact colour. In fact, that's very approximate because I've just gone totally off there. It's when I try and talk and stamp at the same time. Things tend to go a bit screwy, which is a bit tricky given that I go live. But anyway, it's supposed to be that way. So it's supposed to be sort of an artistic sort of estimate of colour. There we are. So that's our three sort of poppies there. They've turned out quite well actually. I'm happy with those. They look very sort of. Okay, so there is no colour infill for this particular leaf, or nothing that fits it, well, sort of like this approximation. So what I'm going to do is actually use the edge of this one. I'm just going to grab my garden green ink and I'm going to just ink up the very edge, just the very edge of it, just so. And you can see there's actually a little domey part there, which actually fits the angle of that leaf really, really well. So if I'm very, very careful, which I probably won't be because I'm trying to talk to you at the same time, and just ink up like the corner of it, I can bring it in, and this is the theory. Well, I've done it once before, and sort of do the same sort of estimate of colour that we did with our poppy. So just the edge and bring it in. And again, it's going to freak you out totally if you are someone who's particular about your colouring. But for this design, I think it would look weird if I came in now with a blend, given that you have the approximations on the poppies. I think to be exact on the leaves would look a bit out of place. So there we are. That's our leaves. And it does look pretty shabby when you bring it close, but if you look at it from far away, it looks quite, almost artistic, one might say. Okay, so that's all the colouring we need to do. I'm going to layer that up now on the front of my card. As I say, I've got my black layer and my card base. So I'll put the black layer on next. and then the stamped layer. Like so. No ribbon on this one. I tried the ribbon. You might notice if you saw the event on my Facebook page, I had some of this pretty black and white ribbon on it, but I thought when I'd finished the finished item that the ribbon covered over too much, so I took it off. I'm going to put some bling on, but I'm going to keep the ribbon away. Okay, but I'm going to make this one a Mum said to me the other day, one of her ladies at Bowls had some health issues and she wanted a thinking of you card. So I might pop thinking of you with all my heart, and I think she'd like this one. It was an older lady, so I think she'd like thinking of you with all my heart. So I might do that this time rather than the happy birthday that I did on the first card. So as I say, this sentiment is just got so many uses. She said, it's like I'm trying to sell it to you or something. But anyway, okay, so I've got a scrap of black cardstock here. I might grab out the new stamp that I'm going to use. Which one is that? Thinking of you with all my heart. Where is it? There. Okay, I'm going to actually heat emboss this with white embossing powder. I might get this out of the way because me and embossing powder tend to make some messes. Here we are, but not now that I have my accessory pack. Okay, so just a quick go over with my buddy, which I actually remembered to do this time. Grab my Versamark ink, my sentiment. My tray. Where's my other tray? I've got my special Jan tray here somewhere. Where did I put it? Must be somewhere. I'll use it next time. My nice, fresh, non-spotty white embossing powder. Pop that out of the way. Oh, I'll empty that later. There we are. Grab my heat gun. Now, forgive the noise. Yeah, I think that's done. I have to take my glasses off so I can see. It's sunny outside, but it's not enough sun in the craft room for me to see whether that's shiny. I think it's fine. We'll go with it. Okay, so I'm going to use the dies. I haven't actually used the dies for any of this. The one that went with the one that actually had the sentiment boxes in. Another reason I really love this stamp set was because it came with some really nice sentiment boxes. This one I've used such a lot over the years, so yeah, I really would hate to see that go. And yeah, some other the nice round ones and things as well, so definitely worth keeping. This is in the forever pile. So I'm going to pop this sentiment box here. I might cut the cardstock down so I can pop it through my mini machine. Oh, come on. Okay, so Thinking of you with all my heart. Heat embossing has sort of crimpled that paper a wee bit, so I have to go with our best bet. That looks okay. So yeah, I think Mum will like this one for her friend. Yeah, Mum went through all my cards recently. She went through and picked out all the ones she wants, and she sort of takes the spares and things as I finish with them. And she picked through. She said, "Oh, she took all birthday cards." And I said to her, "Mum, you should have taken some, you know, thinking of you and best of luck and all those sorts of things with her friends and things." Sort of that's what she needs more of these days. But anyway, okay, so there we've got our black sentiment box there, and I will pop that on there with some dimensionals. Here they are. And then we'll pop some bling on. Now I thought I would try, rather than my normal iridescent gems, I thought I would use those opaque gems, adhesive back gems, since they're on special, and I have a whole new pack. As I say, they're half price, so $7 Australian for the whole pack of those gems, which is amazing. So we'll pop that one there. I think, to be honest, this card could probably use a smaller sentiment box if you were making it, just to not cover over those poppies so much. But anyway, all good. Okay, so there is a red gem on this pack. So I'll open this up. So needless to say, I added a couple of these to my order this morning. Popped in and ordered some great specials, some savings this morning with our last chance sale that started today. Plus, obviously, I had, well, not obviously, we had, as a demonstrator, I had pre-order for the next catalogue start today as well. So I ordered some of the wonderful new products out of the new catalogue. You're going to love them. You really are. And I'm planning my launch. So if you've done launches with me before, they were fun, the whole day of crafting, and you get to craft along with me. You just don't get to watch and sit back and watch. You get to craft along, a whole day of events, but you also get to come back to them because there'll be a Facebook group that you can have access to for the rest of the time of the catalogue. So anyway, so that's our card. That's my Poppies card with thinking of you on the front. So yeah, as I say, not overly complicated, but I think it really shows those stamps off to their best ability. Yeah. Okay. So that's our first card. We'll do that. So that's with those adhesive, opaque adhesive back gems. Okay, I'll have a wee bit of a clean up. Just bear with me. Now the next card is probably even simpler. Oh, took one little tweak. Let's keep that. Do I have to keep that? No, I don't need to keep that one. Okay. Pop that. Do I need that? I need that. I don't need that. Okay. Let's see how we go. I can move things out of the way as we go. Anyway, so I'm going to be mixing with some retiring and some ongoing products here for this one. It's just a very, I mean, I love the frames. It's sort of like a double frame. This frame on the outside is sort of set up. How about I get it out of the envelope? There's an outside frame which is on dimensional, so that gives it a little bit of height. And then inside from the frame, I've taken another square and popped that up on dimensionals as well. And just one single poppy. I actually thought I'd do a variation of this one, and this I'm using the nice stitched rectangle there as well. So yeah, so I thought I'm actually going to do this one slightly different. I'm going to do it as a landscape card, and I'm going to use, I think, let's see before I commit myself. I thought I was going to use this little field of poppies here, but if my sentiment box is too small, on my little square there, it might not work. Is that going to fit on there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll fit. We'll give that one a go. We'll use this one instead of the single poppy. So there's a little single poppy there with a bud you can use, and that's really nice. And I've coloured that with my blends, so I'll colour this with my blends as well. And we'll do the landscape version this time. Okay, so I have my normal card base. I get bored of me saying the dimensions, but that's what it is. And I'll score that. Okay, it's going to be that way. And I've just got a piece of white, basic white cardstock, and I'm going to use, and I hope I got them, kept them out. I'm going to use the Lord. Oh, where are they? I got them out. I'm sure I got them out. Oh, I'll get them out and leave them out. I'm back. Oh, are they over here? No. Big rectangle stitched painted labels. Oh gosh, Julia, where did you put them? I'm looking for my radiating. There we are. Radiating stitched. Oh, totally lost my focus here. I might let that just sit for a moment till it decides to. Oh, it's right up close. Come on. I'll pop a light on, see if a bit of extra light on the situation helps. Anyway, I'll get my cut and emboss machine and hopefully it'll decide to focus while I'm gone. Yes, it did. But now I'm going to totally confuse it by bringing the cut and emboss machine in. Okay, so this is my big cut and emboss machine. Now I'm going to use it. These, as I said, these are the radiating stitched dies. Now these are an online exclusive. You won't see them in any catalogue. They're purely online, and they don't have a specific start date and end date. So they will be available as unhelpfully as available as long as they're available. So some online exclusives will end and just end. They won't be back, and some online exclusives will be renewed. And at the moment, Stampin' Up won't or can't tell us. I suppose it depends on sales and how they stack up. Can't tell us which online exclusives will go and which will stay. So, as I said, if you like something, best to jump in and grab it. Okay, so what I've done, I've taken the 3 dies from the radiating stitches dies. The big one, which is just a big frame. This next one inside is actually going to cut out the hole in the centre of the frame, and then the little one in the middle is going to be that little raised panel that I'm going to stamp on. So I'll pop those all through, and I've tried to keep them sort of the same distance apart so that gaps are nice and even. Oh, that was a bit noisy. Okay, so get rid of that. So we've got our outside frame. Here we are. And another little frame there that I'm not going to use for this one, but I'm sure I will. So I'll pop that up on my bench there. And the inside little layer that we're going to stamp on. So I'll just get rid of all of those. So really cute little die set, that one. As I say, that's probably a rectangle substitute. If you're starting to get rectangle die withdrawal symptoms, that's probably a good one to grab. Okay. Find my card base. Here we go. Chair back in. Okay, so the good thing about this particular rectangle is it fits in on my standard sort of card base. It fits in sort of in the middle of that, and I don't have to cut it down, which is a real blessing. So we're going to pop that one on there, and I'm going to do it with dimensionals. Actually, I might do it with strips because it's a sort of a a sort of a straight line thing. So I'm going to pop some strips on. So don't use these very often, mainly just for what? Window cards and things. But for this particular frame, they'll be very good. Nice to see Lisa. Lisa, hey Lisa, just saw you pop on. Thank you for your order overnight. Saw that come through. Thank you. That was good. I hope you got some good specials. Yes, I'm a bit sad that the poppies are going as well, but I suppose we have had them for several years, so out with the old and in with the new. There's lots of new things in the catalogue. Don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's there's some nice things there. So as I say, this is going to be the outside frame. Just line that up with my card base. Try and keep it straight, Julian. There we are. So it's just a nice frame, that one. So if you do have the, you can use it. I used it a couple of videos ago. I used it for a window card or a shaker card, which was really, really cute. I used the Rain or Shine Design Series paper. It was just so cute. Anyway, so that's the outside frame there. As I say, this one's going to be a landscape card, so it's going to sit that way. So this card, this little piece here, I'm going to use our little wall of poppies on, a little poppy field. Now this is really cute. Sometimes you can I pop the cute little animals that we sometimes get. Like at the moment we've got a rhino and we've had hippos and things. To pop them in that little field of poppies is just really, really cute. I've done that a few times as well. Okay, so let's do this one. And let's hope that I was right, that it fits. Might bring it a bit closer so I can get up and over. Just bear with me for a second. Hopefully you won't see my head pop in. Maybe you will. There we are. That's not too bad. It probably could have come a little bit lower, and it is a little bit crooked, but I'll survive. I'll live with that. It's the joy of handmade. Yeah, so for my leaves and petals, I'm going to use my Real Red blend, my dark one, and my dark Old Olive. I don't think there's any actually leaves in this one. The original card, wherever that is, had some leaves, which I used my Old Olive for. But I don't think this one has any leaves. So there is actually a little stamp in the set, this little one here, which is like a splodge. And I've seen people actually just splodge behind, which looks really good. And again, you get that sort of artistic look that we got with the poppies before. Nothing's quite coloured in, it's all but just a hint of colour. So, but this time I'm going to actually use my blends. I'm just going to colour the little flowers and not be too fussy about it because they are quite a stylised little bloom. And there's a few of them as well, so just for the sake of time. Now I need you to help me in a moment. If you've got a good visual imagination, you can tell me now. The original card, I just used a white sentiment box with the congratulations on it. I'm wondering whether maybe I do a white heat embossed on red, maybe, since I've got red flowers, or a white heat embossed on black, whether that might be better than just the plain sentiment. So if you've got one of those memories where you can, one of those imaginations where you can see things before they happen, pop on and let me know what you think I should try. So the white embossing on red or the white embossing on black, or just stick to the plain black on white. White on red we've got. Is that K? Oh no, Leslie. White embossing on black, white on red, K. Yeah, it was K. You've got a very good eye, young K. Charles, so maybe we'll give that a go. Maybe we'll give both a go. It's not going to kill us, is it? Okay, there. So that's our poppies coloured there. Really nice. As I say, a really nice little just background, you know, or a feature on its own. It doesn't really matter. As I say, I'm going to pop that in the centre of our little card there. I'm going to pop that on some dimensionals as well. Just use plain dimensionals this time. Don't use those strips very often, just for special cards, just because they're a little bit thicker than a normal dimensional. They're a little bit higher. Also, they're moderately expensive for what they are. So, yeah. Can't throw away money like I used to now I'm retired. Pop that in there. Here we are. Just cute. Just cute. Okay, now, okay, so what are we trying? We're trying red or black sentiment would pop on the card. Yes, Jen, I reckon it would. White on black, red or black. Yeah, so we're definitely looking at white on black. Let's try white on black first, because we've got our black here. Anyway, I'm going to use the congratulations again, which I must already have out. So searching for a block that has a congratulations on it. And then someone at the door. It's probably an order. But I'll let him go. Oh, there it is. So we've got our congratulations there. Grab my verse mark. Yeah. I have a feeling that's an order that's going to be taken to the post office. Anyway, all good. Okay. Oh, hang on. I might just go and see. Just bear with me, guys. Tomorrow as well. Oh, okay. Do I have to sign for it? Oh, yeah, I think that's last time. Huh? Yes. Yeah. The paperwork came from. Yes. Yeah. I wondered, because you're Dickie to me, not Richard. I wondered who Richard was. I thought, oh. Right, that's awful. Right. Now I know who it was. Yeah. So when you're ready? Okay. Well, as I say, we're going to go away through to the Saturday. Yeah. You obviously have Monday, Tuesday off, do you? Or I've got Monday off. Monday. You got anything planned? Monday? No. Okay, let's make it Monday then, will we? So we're right next door. Monday morning, the 10, 11, or afternoon, doesn't matter. Yeah, I phoned up yesterday and I've got to I've phoned up with them yesterday and I'm just so confused. Yeah. It is that some people I've been talking to, they say that I can actually give 24,000 for one of the what it was. Yeah. And then I phoned up again yesterday to say that I've got the paperwork, in the main stuff. And then she turned around, the lady that I was talking to, she said something better, like 10% off thing, and then 50%. Okay. Or 50% of thing, and it's just all confusing. So surely if you tell them what you want, they can work out where you give it to you from, or you have to specify what components you want to take. Well, I don't care, this is the main thing. As long as you get it tax, well, you will get it tax free because you're 60. Yeah. No, I don't care big, but all I want, and I was trying to explain to the lady, I said, all I want is just the money, so I can go there, you can't. It's really confusing. Yeah. let's have a look and see what the forms say and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you just, well, what's best for you after in the morning?
I'll come across the morning. If that's it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So you're going to pass to come tomorrow?
I don't know whether it's tomorrow or the day after. Well, that's it. Tomorrow, there's might be after Easter.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, right, okay. So just in case if I don't see you either tomorrow or Thursday, what time does it suit you on Monday?
Monday. Half 10, 11.
Between?
Yeah, that, around 11.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's good.
Yeah, you've got anything right. You've got anything right.
No, they've gone. They're all surely gone, yeah.
I'll bring some tomatoes.
Oh, you're right. See ya. I'm so sorry. That was my delivery man. It was a Stampin' Up parcel. He's a lovely delivery man. I didn't want to sort of get him, be rude and tell him I was busy. But anyway, I'm back now. Anyone who stayed, I'm sorry. Anyway, he's Dickie, our delivery man, is retiring, and the superannuation company he's with is confusing him no end. And I worked in superannuation for ever, since the 90s, before the kids were born. And so he copped onto that, and he asks me superannuation questions every time. And that time was no exception. He's having trouble understanding what the forms are about. So anyway, that's all right. Apologies for that. Taken a bit too much off there with my G. Okay, congratulations. I can give this one to Dickie when he retires. Okay, so let's just get this one done and finished, and then we'll be fine. It's a bit embarrassing. I may have to edit that piece out when I put it on Facebook, on YouTube. Okay, nearly there. I'm burning my fingers. There's a bit of blotches on there. Okay, so that one looks like it's done. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to use, as I mentioned, our retiring rectangle, stitched rectangles. And these are on sale as well. So everything that's on sale that I'm using today, I'll pop in the comments what the sale price is, so you'll know. The stitched rectangles, I think, are only on 10% sale, so not a huge reduction on those. But, you know, if you were going to get them anyway, 10% is still 10%. And they're not the cheapest dies in the world, so 10% is quite a good saving dollar-wise. But they've been a staple of mine for many years with my card making. There we are. So black on white. Let's see if we all like the black on white and see how we go. This side of the way. So I thought I would pop it off to the side a wee bit like that. So what do we think? Should I try the red and white, or is that, I think that's not too bad actually. I think we'll go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so I'm going to pop this, no dimensions. We've already got a fair bit of dimension happening there. So I'm just going to pop some glue on that and pop it there. So let's pop some glue on. It's going to be bridging the gap between the two. Oh gosh. You can tell I got flustered, didn't I, with Dickie coming. But so my glue came out in a spurt. There we are. just on there. There we are. Yeah, I like that. That makes that pop. Yeah. And some bling. Let's see. Will we use the red ones again? Let's have a look. No, or the white ones actually might be nice. White on white. Or we go back to my old faves. Where are they? Go back to my iridescent gems. Actually, I think the gems will be more sparkly, so let's use those. These, thankfully, are continuing, so I don't have to say goodbye to everything I use all the time. The iridescent gems are continuing into the next catalogue, thankfully. So they will keep popping up into the future. Pop those on. There we are. Okay. So that's our second card. As I say, nice and simple. We just cut the frame. We did the stamping, a bit of blending, and we fancied it up a bit with that sentiment box there, with doing a bit of heat embossing on there, which just sort of gave it that bit of something a bit special there. So here are our two cards today. It's using our painted poppies. See, it still confuses me. Thank heavens we don't have to get used to that anymore. Our painted poppies and our peaceful moments together there, and to show them there. So as I say, they are on sale from today. I will actually just give you the proper prices because I don't think I gave them to you before. Painted poppies stamp set, which is the one that we've used to do the actual poppies, that's down 30%. That's a pretty good deal. 30% down to $28.70. $28.70 Australian. Peaceful Moments, which is my favourite sentiment. And I often say this to beginners when they say, what should I use for a sentiment? I say, look, just buy something that's got most of what you want. And this is the one I usually suggest. Peaceful Moments, that's down 30% as well to $25.90. The dies are huge. Like, the dies are hugely reduced. The painted labels, which is the one with the sentiment boxes, is at half price, so 50% off to down to $30.50. And the Poppy Moments, which is the one that actually just cuts out the poppies, is down 60% to $26. Stitch rectangles off 10%, layering circles off 30%, and those opaque gems are off 50% down to $7. So I'll pop all those details into the description if you'd like to see them, with some links to the shop while stocks last. So please, if you like those, please act quickly to avoid disappointment. But anyway, so there's our cards today. I'm going to come back with, I think next time I do one in these series, it will be the framed florets, which we've had for one catalogue, and they're a favourite as well. So we're going to be doing a favourite fold with our framed florets next time. So watch out for an event for that one, and you'll pop on and see that one as well. So nice to have you all on today, and lovely to see some familiar names and new names. And I will see you all again next time. Okay, bye.